Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
Have a seat.
much.
So you guys know that, since we got the chassis, we've kind of had nothing but problems with it, and had to have it top halved and you try and get the thing so it didn't roll over all the time, and it's getting a little bit fatigued. So decided we're gonna replace it, build a new Eddie Mica chassis, and I got that ordered. So we're gonna have to get it ready for powder coat. Alex, I'm gonna need your help welding in some of the extra tabs and things that we need for the different systems that we have. And if you could help Zach with helping me get a list put together of all the parts and stuff we need to order.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I can pull the list that we've had on the previous builds and update it with the most up-to-date parts and get it together.
Perfect. Then the only other thing I'm not the greatest at is, as you know, the electrical. So I'll need you guys' help with that and figuring out where to route everything.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get it done. I mean, I've built 8 monster trucks in my time here, so
yeah.
what's one more? So yeah, we'll knock her out.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make a few phone calls, get some parts ordered. If you guys could look around the shop and see, what we have in stock that's extra that we might not need to order, and then that'll help out with the budget.
Yeah, we can definitely dig through the shop, go through all the lever rack material, and see what parts we have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you're putting a truck together, if you got all the parts there to start, I mean, you can put one together in 30 days, from start to finish. So yeah, I'll go back down right now and get on that.
Well, as you know, like my wife always tells me, she thinks I'm a parts hoarder, so I'm sure there's lots of stuff out there. Cool, thanks guys.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
So I've been in the monster truck business for about 25 years. I've built close to 30 trucks, or helped build close to 30 trucks. This will be our 10th functioning throttle monster truck that will be going out on tour. And I mean, this business there's always something going on. Luckily I have the type of personality that I always got to be on the move. If I sit for longer than an hour, I start getting depressed. So from that aspect, it works out well. But we still have, so we're going to be building this truck. I have to order all the parts. I have to make sure everything comes in, and that it comes in on time. There's been a few times where we've had to overnight a whole bunch of parts, and sometimes custom fab parts just to get a truck ready for an event that we've promised we would be at. So I have all the costs and the expenses of that. We've dumped millions of dollars in these monster trucks. Because it's something that we believe in, and it's something that we love, and we think in the long run we can turn this into something really special. So I don't have a full-time secretary here running Throttle Monsters, so I'm taking care of paying all the bills, payables, receivables. There's just a lot going on, and at the same time we're building this truck, like I said, these guys, we still have 8 trucks out on tour right now. So every single weekend, I have all the breakage from 8 trucks. I have these guys calling me, and if it's something they don't have another spare of, my Mondays and Tuesdays are full of gathering parts, shipping parts, making sure these guys have what they need. So it's just this constant, snowball that keeps growing inside my head of things that I have to get done. And so adding this new build is definitely going to be a huge stressor in my life. And I have a notepad sitting next to my bed, but it's also so rewarding, to be able to compete at this level. And once the truck's complete and done, they're just a magnificent machine. They're beautiful, and we go out and wreck them, but that's okay, because we can always fix them and shine them back up again. All right, guys, I'm out here at Silverline Finishing, Ogden, Utah. We got Throttle Monster truck number 10 that's going to be going on the circuit. This is an Eddie Mica chassis. Eddie's built about, I think this will be our 7th Eddie Mica chassis that we're putting on tour. And we found them to be really durable. They work well for different things that we're doing. So we're going to get this sandblasted, powder coated up so we can start assembling, putting all the parts and pieces on, and we'll update you guys as we go. All right, guys, we're back here to Silverline Finishing. We're gonna do a couple things today. We're We're gonna drop off these wheels. We have 12 full-size monster truck wheels we're gonna drop off for sandblasting and powder coat. And then we're gonna pick up the chassis that we dropped off last week. And we're gonna go see how that turned out.
Hey, Paul.
Hey Junior, how are you?
Good. How are you?
All right, man.
Good.
I'm excited to
Here, see that chassis frame?
Yeah.
You ready to go take a look at it?
Let's check it out.
Okay, let's go. Looks pretty good. Quick rundown of it. You know, when you first brought it, it was just all steel. We went ahead and blasted it. We put it in the process of it in the schedule. It went through blast, and then it went to powder coating, and then this is kind of the final product of it.
All right, we picked this new Eddie Mica chassis up from the powder coater. Everything went really well. Chassis looks good, coverage looks good. Taking it back to Throttle Monster headquarters. Man, especially out here in this sunshine, this chassis looks great right now, but you know how it goes. Sooner or later, one of these jackasses is gonna roll this thing over, and then it's not gonna be so pretty anymore. All right, guys, welcome to a new series we're doing, brought to you by the Throttle Monsters. We're gonna show you guys how we build a monster truck from step one, all the way until we put this bad boy in the trailer, take it to our first event. So this Eddie chassis, it probably weighs between 2,500 and 3,000 pounds. By the time we finish up, it's gonna weigh 12,000 pounds with the big tires on it. So we got about 9,000 pounds, give or take, to add to this before it's complete. Geometry is what makes a monster truck chassis very strong. Any one pipe isn't strong all by itself. Once we put all the angles and the triangles and all the different configurations that have been engineered into this chassis and weld it together, that's what makes it super strong. So we have to build these chassis to withstand all kinds of different accidents, wrecks, rollovers. You know, this truck will be jumping upwards of 40 feet in the air. Sometimes in backflips and things like that, you land right on the cage. You know, Dalton last year, he stuffed his truck straight into a school bus, you know, going about 40 miles an hour. So we have to make sure that no matter where this truck lands or how many times it flips, that this cage is gonna hold up and keep everybody safe. Come along for the ride with us on this multi-episode series. We're gonna show you all the ins and outs from step one all the way to the end about building a monster truck, all the little intricate details that we have to do, and minor adjustments and everything, from housings to motors to lining everything up. We're gonna show it all to you.